Good morning, dear children. I am very happy to welcome you all to this video session. In today's session, we are going to start Class 10 Social Science Unit 1 in Geography, India, Location, Relief and Drainage. This is part 1 of the videos. Come children, let us enjoy. Before going to today's session, let us understand what are the learning objectives of this unit. That is, what are we going to learn from this unit? We will try to understand the strategic importance of India's absolute and relative location in the world. We will know the importance of India's location in the world and to know the distinct characteristics of major physiographic divisions of India. We will compare the regions of Great Indian Plains. We will try to understand the drainage system of India and differentiate the Himalayan and peninsular rivers. So we are going to learn about all these things in this unit. Now let us understand the meaning of relief and drainage. What is a relief? What is a drainage? That is the mountains, valleys, plains and plateaus. Now drainage system consists of large number of small and big rivers. The Himalayan drainage system includes Ganga, Indus and the Brahmaputra river basins. We also have the peninsular rivers that flow into Bay of Bengal like Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. So we are going to learn about all these things in this unit. Now let us see the introduction. Dear children, India is the 7th largest country in the world. India is the 7th largest country in the world and 2nd largest country in Asia. So dear children, India is the 7th largest country in the world. The first largest country is Russia and the 2nd largest country in Asia. The first largest country in Asia being China. It is separated by the Himalayas from the rest of the continent. Children, you know that there are 7 continents in the world and India belongs to the continent Asia. So India is separated from the rest of the continent by the Himalayan range. India accounts for about 2.4% of the total area of the world and with an area of 32,87,263 square kilometers. So the area accounts for the 2.4% of the total area of the world and it is equal to 32,87,263 square kilometers. Dear children, many of the Indian states are larger than several countries of the world. You can find many states are bigger or larger than some of the countries in the world. For example, countries like Hungary, Denmark, Croatia, Czech Republic and so on are smaller than Indian states. Now let us understand India's land and water frontiers. Dear children, India shares its 15,200 kilometers long land frontier with Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, China, Nepal and Bhutan in the north, and Bangladesh and Myanmar in east. So, our neighbors are Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, China, Nepal and Bhutan in the north, and Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east. India's longest border is with Bangladesh, that is 4,156 kilometers, while the shortest border is with Afghanistan, just 106 kilometers. So what are the neighboring countries of India? India has got 15,200 kilometer long land frontier and it shares it with Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, China, Nepal and Bhutan in the north, Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east. India's longest border is with Bangladesh, shortest is with Afghanistan. Now let us learn about the water frontiers. Dear children, about 6,100 kilometers long coastline of India is washed on three sides of the country by the Indian Ocean and its two arms, namely the Arabian Sea in the west and Bay of Bengal in the east. So you can see Indian coastline is washed by Indian Ocean and its two arms, mainly the Arabian Sea in the west and Bay of Bengal in the east. What is the length of Indian coastline? It is 6,100 kilometers. Dear children, India has a main coastline consisting of 6,100 kilometers and islands coastline consisting of 1,197 kilometers. That is, the total length of coastline of the mainland, Lakshadweep Islands and Andaman and Nicobar Islands is 7,516.6 kilometers. And my dear children, Andaman and Nicobar Islands has got the longest coastline in India. That is around 1,900 kilometers, which is followed by Gujarat. The smallest one being the Union Territory of Daman and Diu. The total length of the coastline of India, including the islands, is 7,516.6 kilometers. India and Sri Lanka are separated by a narrow and shallow sea called as a Palk Strait. Palkstrait. Palk Strait. That is, the India and Sri Lanka are separated by a narrow and a shallow sea, and it is called as Palk Strait. Dear children, strait, S-T-R-A-I-T, strait is a narrow piece of sea that joins two larger areas. And the strait that separates between India and Sri Lanka is called as Palk Strait because it is named after Robert Palk, who was a governor of Madras during the Company Raj period. It is an inlet of Bay of Bengal between southeastern India and northern Sri Lanka. Dear children, Asia is the largest and most populous continent in the world, sharing its border with Europe and Africa. To its west, Oceania to the south, and North America to its east. And the Indian landmass has a central location between the East and West Asia and the southward extension of the Asian continent. So in the map you can see the Indian landmass is almost at the central position compared to the East and West Asia and southward extension of our Asian continent. Not only that, my dear children, the trans-Indian ocean routes which connect the countries of Europe in the west and the countries of East Asia provide a strategic central location to India. So you can see in the map, India is a strategic central location between the European countries as well as countries of East Asia. Thus, my children, it helps India to establish close trade contact with West Asia, Africa, Europe from the western coast, and with the Southeast, East Asia from the eastern coast. So, from the western coast, it can have contact with West Asia, Africa, and Europe, and from the eastern coast, India can have contact with Southeast, East Asia, and so India can expand its trade contacts. India is called as a subcontinent because it is a separate landmass, not just a country. It is not as large as one, but it has certain characteristics of a continent. The SAARC countries, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation countries like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh and Maldives are also part of the Indian subcontinent. So dear children, India along with the countries of Myanmar, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan and Sri Lanka is called a subcontinent. That is, this region possesses a distinct continental characteristics in physiography, climate, natural vegetation, minerals, and human resources. So, dear children, the continental characteristics like the physiography of the place, climate, natural vegetation, human resource, and minerals are the characteristics of a continent. So, India has got distinct characteristics of a subcontinent, hence, it is called as a subcontinent. Now, let us learn the location and extent of India. You know, children, any place on the world map can be located by the means of latitude and longitudes. Latitudes and longitudes are a system of lines used to describe the location of any place on Earth. Lines of latitude run in an east-west direction across the Earth, and lines of longitude run in a north-south direction. These are just imaginary lines. Latitudes are parallel to the equator. Equator is an imaginary line that lies halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole. Lines of longitude runs between the North Pole and the South Pole. These lines are also called as meridians. Both latitudes and longitudes are measured in degrees, minutes, and seconds. The extent of India is from 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degrees 6 minutes north latitude and 68 degree 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east longitudes. Dear children, hence India is located in the northeastern hemisphere. Dear children, the southernmost point of the country is Pygmalion Point. Pygmalion, Pygmalion, Pygmalion Point or Indira Point, which is located at 6 degree 45 minutes north latitude, located in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The southernmost point of mainland of India is Cape Comorin. The southernmost point of the mainland is Cape Comorin, which is in Kanyakumari. CAP, Cape, COMORIN, Cape Comorin. The northern point is Indra Col. The northmost point is Indra Col. Dear children, the Tropic of Cancer, 23 degree 30 minutes north, passes through the middle of the country, dividing it into two halves. That is, northern temperate and southern tropical lands. So, the Tropic of Cancer divides our country into two halves, that is, northern temperate region and southern tropical lands. You can see in the map, the Tropic of Cancer passes through Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura and Mizoram. That is, the area in the north of Tropic Cancer is twice the area south to it. Dear children, the map shows the India's location in the world. You can see the continents as well as the different oceans, and you can see India is in the continent of Asia and it has got a strategic location. Now let us have a little bit understanding of Indian Standard Time or IST. IST or Indian Standard Time is taken as a standard time as it passes through almost the center of India. The country's east-west distance is more than 2,933 kilometers and covers 29 degrees of longitude, resulting in the sun rising and setting almost 2 hours earlier on India's eastern border than in the Rann of Kutch in the far west. So the inhabitants of the northeastern states have to advance their clocks with the early sunrise and avoid the extra consumption of energy after daylight hours. So we follow a time zone which is observed throughout the India. Dear children, the longitudinal difference between Gujarat in the west and Arunachal Pradesh in the east is about 30 degrees. Since Arunachal Pradesh is towards east, it will have sunrise about 2 hours earlier than the sunrise at Gujarat, which is in the west. In order to avoid these differences, Indian Standard Time is calculated. The local time of the central meridian of India is the Standard Time of India. Dear children, India's central meridian is 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude, and it passes through Mirzapur and roughly bisects or divides the country in terms of longitude. The IST is 5.30 hours, that is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time or GMT. Dear children, as you know, Greenwich Mean Time is a mean solar time at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London, counted from midnight. So, dear children, Indian Standard Time is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. And India has been politically divided into 28 states and 9 union territories for administrative convenience. So, our country is divided into 28 states and 9 union territories. And it is purely for the administrative purposes. A small activity for you. Find out the following: West, East and North-South extent of India. Area-wise, which is the smallest and the largest state? The states which do not have an international border. Now children, Amaravati is a new capital of Andhra Pradesh. According to Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, Hyderabad will be the capital for both the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana till 2024. Amaravati is located on the banks of Krishna River in Guntur. It is renowned as an ancient Buddhist center. Time to wind up today's session. Before winding up, let us have a recap. In this session, we discussed the location and extent of India. We learned that India is the 7th largest country in the world and 2nd largest country in Asia. We have about 6,100 kilometers long coastline. India is also known as a subcontinent because this region possesses a distinct continental characteristics in physiography, climate, natural vegetation, minerals and human resources. The southernmost point of the country is Pygmalion Point or Indira Point. The southernmost point of the mainland is Cape Comorin or Kanyakumari. The northern point is Indira Col. The Tropic of Cancer, 23 degree 30 minutes north, passes through the middle of the country, dividing it into two halves as northern temperate region and southern tropical lands. India's central meridian is 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude. It passes through Mirzapur. Indian Standard Time is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. Dear children, in the next session we will discuss the major physiographic divisions of India. With that, we come to end of today's session. Thank you for watching. For more videos, please subscribe our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Samacheer Kalvi Guide.